Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sam33 here, and today I'm going to have my very first battle video. This battle video is against... oh, not against... it's a battle video between a mono fighting deck and a Quad Entei deck. That's me on the left with the blue sleeves using the mono fighting deck, and that's my friend on the right, with green sleeves using the Quad Entei deck. Now this match is definitely very interesting. It definitely has a lot of twists and turns, a lot of annoyances, a lot of awesome moments, a lot of more annoyances. But it's definitely an interesting game. This is, of course, my very first battle video, so if I'm a little stale or my commentary is not too great, I'm sure I like having constructive criticism, so go ahead and give me some. I don't care. I don't care. Anyway. Yeah, as you can see, I get a lot of mulligans. My friend gets a lot of mulligans too, but I get like one more, I think, yeah, because you can see I get basic there. And we flip, it's head, so I go first, or it's tail, so I go first, and I start Terrakion. He has Entei, and what's that on the bench there? Well, that, my friend, is actually a proxy for Entei, because he doesn't own all of them yet. So, apologies, you have to see that Dark Explorer's code card there for an Entei, but that's all we can do. Enteis aren't exactly cheap. Not that they're, I mean, they're pretty cheap for EXs, but they're still, they're EXs. And that full art there is pretty gorgeous in my opinion, looks great. The Terrakion too, but the Entei just looks amazing. So yeah, here I'm using Oaks New Theory. Hope it's not too much shuffling in this game. I do feel like there's a little too much. And I think we're both pretty nervous in this game because it's, you know, we're recording it. And that right there is a proxy for Junk Arm. He doesn't own that either. How awesome. And I don't know why he's using it. He can't really, because there's nothing in his discard. You can't Junk Arm for Junk Arm either. It says directly on the card you cannot use this card to get Junk Arm. I think the reason he's doing it is so he can discard them to use for Entei's Grand Flame attack later. And here he uses N. Here's more shuffling. And this video would have been like so much longer if I didn't fast forward all the shuffling. It's a lot of shuffling. Cut. Draw our 6. And let's see what he gets. He gets his other 2 Enteis, which are also both proxies. Really wish I could give him. If I had the Enteis, I'd give them to him, but I don't. The only EXs I have are Groudon from this set. And here I play another Terrakion, give him an EXP share. Move the playmats because I'm obsessive compulsive like that. Give Terrakion a fighting energy, then I play N. So here comes more shuffling. Yay! That he's just showing us his hand because it's awful. Heavy ball, fire energy, and dark energy, which is actually a proxy for catcher. So another proxy. I believe that's all the proxies, so apologies. So we're both drawing our hands here. Play dual ball, and flip double tails, so that's pretty annoying for me. As you can see, we're both actually using, oh, first of all, I use her for the Retaliate. As you can see, we're both using custom-made playmats of mine. Mine is obviously complete. His is a little in progress, but it's using the Dark Explorer's thing, and you know, it's got Darkrai and Groudon and stuff on it. Anyway, he touches EXP share and Rescue Energy. Rescue Energy seems like a kind of odd idea in this deck because, you know, you're never gonna need an extra Entei. They knock out 3 and they win, so it just seems like an interesting idea. Or if they use for Quasi-Deoxys Legend, they only need to knock out 2, but no one uses that anymore. He uses Charon. Interesting card. Not seen too much these days. I don't know why. Just not many people use it. Guess they'd rather get 6 from Oaks or 7 from Juniper. And here he uses Fire Fang on me. And I believe I flip heads on burn. I can't exactly tell which dice I rolled. But yeah, I flipped heads because I didn't take any extra damage. And I have a counter. I got it actually at regionals. They gave it out. They gave out those fire counters at regionals. Kind of cool. From ProfessorOak.com. Here I Junk Arm for, I believe, Dual Ball. Yep, Dual Ball. And I get 1 heads. So switch my deck for whatever I'm getting. And it's Groudon. It's full art too. The only Groudon, all the Groudons I have are full art. So it's just honestly luck. I pulled one, and then I traded for another just because it was the only Groudon I was able to get. Actually got it at I got it at Battle Roads. And here I use Land Crush and Flip for Burn and get Tails. So it's his turn now. Sorry if I keep yawning. He plays Super Scoop Up. And it's Tails. And now I play Junk Arm, which are the Next Destiny's code cards. Discard 2 fire energies. I don't think he really wanted to use Super Scoop Up in the first place. I think all he wanted to do was to discard the fire energies to use for Grand Flame later. I don't really get that. He could have attached the fire energy to Entei and knocked out Terrakion. But I guess he'd rather scoop him up and avoid losing 2 prizes to avoid me getting 2 prizes to him getting 1. And here, I believe we swap out the proxy for the regular one, so it's easier to tell what we're doing. But he has 4 Enteis out the entire game, so it doesn't really matter. Plays N, it's a Dark Explorers one. Just kind of odd to have a combination of the two. Just feels odd. No full art though. More fast forward shuffling. More drawing. His deck falls over. And I keep yawning some more. Yay! Attaches an EXP share. And what's it gonna do next? Uses Heavy Ball, and he doesn't have any other Enteis in his deck, so he's just searching for. He's just gonna look through his deck, see what he's got. I don't know what he's actually trying to check for. Not many. Know what kind of cards in the deck are, you know, good for remembering what they are. Mostly just a bunch of trainers, because that's what quad decks are. Mono decks are. They're just a bunch of trainers. That's why they go so consistent. Just a bunch of trainers. And Flip for Burn here. Get Tails again. As you can see later, I got a lot of Tails. Here, give Terrakion a Rocky Helmet. You might be wondering why I have a Rocky Helmet in a mono fighting deck, because the EXP shares take up all your tool slots. But the reason for that is because the Rocky Helmet helps set up Groudon's attack. Say you attach it to a Groudon, they attack you with Rocky Helmet on, and they take 20 damage, and then Terrakion does more damage, or Groudon does more damage because of it, because of his Giant Claw attack. Does 80 damage, and if they have 2 damage counters already on them, it does 40 more. It's a really great attack, honestly. We're going to use another N. I think we've used like 6 N's so far. Geez, maybe it was like 5. Sheesh. I think that's enough N's. Probably both of them run 3. I don't know how many he runs, but I run 3. Drawing your hands. Here I'm deciding what to do. See my hand a little bit there. I play Catcher to bring up the one with the rescue energy on it, just so I can stop it from attacking, or stop it from getting too powerful. This is not exactly the best move, because now it allows him to attack me. If I get unlucky on my burn flips, I might actually die. See, now I'm at 90. If he attacks again with Fire Fang, and I get another Tails with the burn damage, or he has a plus power, then I'll get knocked out. So it's definitely not good for me. Probably would have been a better idea to just attack the regular one, or the one that was active. When technically we're just using the same Entei over and over again, when you think about it. Patches of Fire. He plays another Junk Arm, which is Prism this time. So many different things you can use as a proxy. Would have liked if he used something more noticeable, other than the same exact code card, like maybe, I don't know, Good Rod or something. He gets back Super Scoop Up. I'm not sure what he's planning to do there. Probably just Scoop Up as active. Gives me back my Junk Arm. Plays Juniper. And again, I think he was just getting the fire energies in. And he discards another catcher. Just hand there. He's got like... Looks like he's got more N's, so... Just N Mania here. This episode was brought to you by the letter N, I guess. So if you don't know how Entei works, you might think it's kind of a bad card just because it only does 90 damage. But really, a lot of the... Basically, there's nothing that can survive it if it... nothing could survive a 2-hit KO from it. Unless they have an EV light on them. Like Tornadus. And as you can see here, I do flip heads on the burn, which is great, so I can knock out his Entei. I probably would have been able to anyway, with the bench Terrakion. But still, the head flip is definitely helpful. And I flip single heads on dual ball. What do I get here? Get Landorus, which is the third Pokemon in my deck. Its main use is to be the faster early game attacker. You use like Juniper or Ultra Ball to discard energy. Use Unbound and Harvest to get energy and discard, and then put them back on a Landorus and attack turn 2. Start spreading their bench to help Groudon set up. Now the spread damage to yourself does kind of hurt you sometimes. I've noticed that if you can set up KOs, for example, if there's a Landorus on your bench, you use Gaia Hammer twice, Entei can one-hit KO you. So you want to be careful when using Landorus. But I personally think the card is worth using just because it's fast and it can kill, knock out. Sorry if I see keep saying kill. It's just natural and it's faster to say than KO. But it can KO to a lot of heavy Pokemon. KO anything in a lightning deck with plus power. And again, it helps Groudon set up a lot. And I believe in the middle of the flip we realized that he didn't take Rocky Helmet damage earlier, so we gave that to him. Or during the shuffling. Give energy to Landorus. Yawn some more. The Junk Arm, some stuff, I don't know what exactly I'm Junk Arming for dual ball. I think here I'm trying to get Shaman, get one heads. But as I forgot when I searched for Landorus, I don't have Shaman in my deck. I don't know exactly why I was trying to get Shaman. But anyway, I get Groudon. I guess I was trying to get Landorus powered up. I don't know why I need to do that. But, you know. Just maybe it was more relevant at the time. And I knock out his first Entei for 2 prizes. And one thing about Quad EX decks is that they kind of feel intimidating. On here he realizes that EXP share doesn't give special energy, so he has to discard the rescue. Anyway, I flip Tails on Burn, which knocks out my Terrakion, and this actually serves a pretty big problem for me. Because next turn I can't use Retaliate, because Retaliate only works if they were knocked out on your turn, which now means that you can't attack, Retaliate can't damage for 90, which serves as a big problem for me because I can't 2-hit KO his Entei unless I use Groudon. But even then, it'd be a long shot. Anyway, again, the EX decks, they feel intimidating because you feel like you're far behind when you've only done a few damage to their EX and they've taken 1 or 2 prizes. and it just feels a little intimidating. And then they, when you knock out, you get 2 prizes, and then you realize, hey, I'm actually not doing that bad. But anyway, he uses X Transceiver to get tails, and then he junk arms Lost Removers because he realizes that I don't have any special energy. For the same X Transceiver, I believe. I don't know why he runs the X Transceiver anyway. Just not a great supporter in my opinion. Pokegear is way better. Random Receiver, it could be better than Random Receiver if your deck has a lot of things like Silent or something, which his deck does run Silent. Sillin, whatever, I think it's Silent. Flips tails again. But it's better than Random Receiver, but Pokegear, I believe, outclasses X Transceiver in every way. And here he uses Hooligans, Gym and Cast, he gets heads. As you can see, I have 4 cards in my hand, so he's going to get rid of everything that I have, except for 1 card. Picks the cards. And he shuffles in Ultra Ball, Switch, and Oaks, which is not good, because now my hand doesn't have a supporter, and I have nothing to attack right now except for Groudon, but it will only attack for 20 and won't really do anything. So I'm in a pretty bad situation now. I'm just not able to attack, not able to set up, just really all around not good. He forgets it, whose turn it is. Plays the Entei again that he got from EXP share. And I forget he got from what did he get it from? He got it from Rescue Energy. He plus powers for some reason. His burn damage and I gets heads, which is good. Finally get a heads at the right time. I got heads earlier. I'm looking through my discard. Oh no, I'm just using Abundant Harvest. And flip for burn again, and it's heads again. Probably won't help me because he's just gonna attach and knock me out anyway. So Juniper, discard, switch. And you might be wondering why I'm pointing out these cards, because my camera for some reason zooms out whenever I can see, or when like YouTube or on my editing software, because I don't know why it does that. So I assume that it's farther zoomed in when it's really not. I don't know how far it zooms in, which is really annoying. I had to deal with that for a long time, and it bugs me. Ugh, so annoying having to compensate that. My camera's all the way zoomed out right now, so I can't really do much else. He catches Groudon, no energy, so this is a big problem because you can take 2 prizes with 2 attacks. Definitely a thing you want to do with Entei is attack the EXs or something that can not get knocked out by 1 hit, like Eels, because if you take 2 turns knocking out a regular Pokemon, that's kind of a waste of an attack, because it's just not that much damage. Can't really knock out any main attackers in a deck unless it's a Selgor or something, but that Selgor never stays out in the field anyway, so won't matter, and you can't catch it as a Vileplume, or Gothitail depending on what variant you use. And here I use Super Scoop Up, which gets tails that would have helped me quite a lot if that got heads. But I get tails obviously because Super Scoop Up is really annoying. I really wish it was better. Like when it does get hits, it's amazing, but that tails always comes up at the worst times, and I hate it. I hate it. Urgh. I don't know what he's talking about right here. He uses Juniper and discards like a bunch of stuff, bunch of energy switches. And I joke about how he could like keep switching the energies everywhere and just have a lot of fun with it, but no one likes to do that anymore. It's all boring. I think one time I junk arm for Alpha Lithograph, and Prism's another proxy for junk arm. I know I hate the proxies too, but junk arm is expensive. It's not that easy to get. Especially when no one wants to buy Triumphant packs. They always want to get the, Dark Explorers and Next Destiny's packs to have a chance of getting one of those $10 EXs. But 9 times out of 10 you don't. I mean, not 9 times out of 10. I've been pretty lucky with pulling EXs from both sets. Not so much Dark Explorers, but Next Destiny's I did get 5 EXs from about booster box worth, and there I show my hand because it's awful. Lost Remover and Black Belt, the two worst cards to have right now. And he knocks out my Groudon. Ground Flame takes 2 prizes. I believe he has 3 prizes. Yeah, he has 3 prizes left. Send up Landorus because I can retreat it if I need to. And I draw Ultra Ball, which is this 3rd worst card in my deck. Well, I say Dual Ball is probably a little worse, but still. Just, terrible hand right now. Another thing I realized is that his deck is getting kind of small, and that I might be able to deck him out. I don't think I have anything to help that happen, unless I run Special Metal, Tex, and Durant, but that's not actually going to happen. Don't run that, because that'd be a dumb idea. Just thinking what to do right now. I don't know what he's thinking about. Taking a while. Uses... Nope, not yet. Uses plus power. I don't know why. He always seems to use that at weird times. And he uses Oaks. Knocks down his discard. I haven't shuffled and fast forwarded in a while. Okay, this is where I realize his deck is getting small. And he catches Groudon again, which is just even more annoying. Just a big pain in the butt. Whenever you have 2 prizes left, again, I already said this in the tape, but when you have 2 prizes left, you always want to target those big EXs. Unless you can knock something out, 2 things out in 2 hits, you want to target those EXs because those will get you all your prizes. If you have 1 prize, you want to completely avoid them because it's just a waste. You can always attack something with less HP to get the same victory condition, and my hand is still pretty bad. And here I think I misplay a little bit. What I should have done right here, well, I'm still thinking. Yeah, I attached the Fighting the Landorus. I should have probably attached it to Groudon, as you saw I had a plus power in my hand. I believe I did. Yeah, I should have attached it to Groudon and used plus power, and then next turn I'd be able to KO his Entei. Is it already his damage counters on? No, that's from Trump. And then I use plus power, and then I use Terrakion, Retaliate, and that will be able to knock him out. But I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. I guess I just really wanted to save the energy attachment, even though I had a bunch of energy in my hand. I don't know why I wanted to save the energy attachment. And here he knocks out Groudon, takes 2 prizes. Give the energy to Terrakion. And then draw. Still hoping to deck him out, because at this point it's looking pretty slim chances. 1 prize to 4 prizes and not close to knocking anything out. And I draw another Oaks. More shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. Draw my 6. Don't think this is a very good hand either, but I do capture his bench Entei, which I'm just hoping to stall for time, because at this point there's no way I can win the prize race like this. And I retaliate for 90, so he's got 100 on him now. Close to a knockout. And he uses switch, which is just really wasn't hoping for that not to happen. And then just to nail in the coffin, he catches up he catches up Landorus, Grand Flames, and that's the game. So yeah, this has been definitely a very interesting game, to say the least. You just want to be careful when fighting Entei, because it can 2-hit KO your Pokemon. You don't want to use those EXs against Entei unless you have Eviolite and can get it for all those EXs. But if you don't have Eviolite, then it's just going to be a big problem. Once Tool Scrapper comes out, Entei will definitely be a much better Pokemon, because it can 2-hit KO everything in that point, unless it's like has a fire resistance. But nothing has fire resistance. Nothing has more than 200 HP. Oh, and of course if they're using Conkeldurr for some reason, but no one will ever use Conkeldurr. You know, from Null Victory's one with Craftsmanship. yeah, for my first battle video, it's definitely a very interesting game. I am 4 prizes behind. It's against the all EX decks. Over there, I'm only like 3 prizes behind. Made a couple misplays, but overall, it was definitely a good game. Both played our hardest, and yeah. Thanks for watching this first battle video from me. This is Samso33, and I will see you guys next time.